So I got some extra stuff done, but nothing too crazy or fancy, but just a little bit of progress for right now.
Guys, excuse me, let me turn this off. So, I've just been laminating. I needed to finish and laminate this value scale thing. The reason why I'm laminating, and I am going to take my laminator to school with me when I return back into my classroom, because there are a few things I do want to laminate that I can laminate with this laminator. My school definitely does have a lamination machine, but I don't want to laminate a whole bunch of things and waste all that lamination, especially when they're all around this size and smaller. So I'm just using my lamination machine, and I don't have to go back and forth. And I do think that the office people do have to do that for me. I don't think I am allowed to go in there and do it, so I don't have to wait on that when I'm doing it that way. Also, I'm going to pull out my notebook. I am going to be working, today's kind of like my off day. I did training yesterday, as you saw. I got 100% somehow on the first training, so now I have one more training to do, so I think tomorrow or so I'm going to do that. My car is still in the shop, and I got a call. They figured out what might be the problem, and they're fixing it, and then I'll get a call back seeing if I can pick it up. I think maybe today or tomorrow I can pick up my car, and it should be fixed, but I'm not sure. So, also, I really love how my hair's been turning out. I switched to a wet brush, which, game changer. Like, this part is really dry, and it's curl like this. Game changer. And I'm still only using leave-in conditioner to keep it, keep the moisture in there, and that's it. Game changer. So if you guys have curly hair, definitely use a wet brush to help with the curls. Even when I did use a comb didn't do anything, but this wet brush really locks in the curl, so really exciting. Let me see, is there any other updates? Probably not. Today's Chris's birthday, which is why I'm taking off, and or just not doing school related or painting related things. But yeah, so that being said, I'm just gonna kind of take the day, spend it, have fun. My brother's old jean jacket is now mine. It fits pretty decently, and it's really loose, which is what I like about jean jackets, and it's not too loose to where I look like I'm dragging in it. And the only reason why I'm wearing it right now is because it's cold in the house, even though it's hot outside. So in here I'm wearing it just because I'm cold, so. Other than that, I am not doing anything remotely different than what I typically do. I am just kind of I don't know what that is. Sorry, I'm looking through my jewelry and it's a hot mess in the container. I need to fix that. Anyways, I think I'll put these boots on. I really like the teal ones better. And yeah, that's basically all I'm doing today. Nothing crazy, nothing interesting. Ow, actually that really hurts. My ear. Oh. I like it. Cute. Anyways, I'm just gonna let you guys go, so I'm not ranting and just doing nothing in front of the camera. Like I will if I keep continuing. I shall... Oh, that hurt. Ooh. No. There you go. Let me put this in. I shall see you guys later, and yeah. So I'm just gonna give a quick update. My car is fixed. I get to bring it home today. Yay! And then I'm probably gonna just hang out at my mom's or something for a little bit. I'm not sure yet though. We'll see. That way, I'm in a cooler house. I'm doing things. I'm gonna tidy up this room a little bit quick because it is a little like crazily disorganized. So I kind of want to like reorganize it again, making sure like all these crazy wires and stuff are not crazy. And then I'm going to leave for the day. I'm actually really excited that I'm getting my car, because that means if I need to go somewhere, I can go somewhere and all that fun stuff. But yeah. And also, it's perfectly just in time for everything. Because I start school and I start to go back to class in a couple of weeks and teaching again, and so I have it just in time. Talk to you guys later. Bye! Hello everyone. So I am so sorry I did not get to film yesterday. I was grocery shopping with my mom and my sister, and I also went swimming at their house, so I was busy. Today I am working on training for like my work, and we're doing I had this last training to do specifically, and then I know next Tuesday I have a professional development meeting that I have to go to, which is all day virtually, so that's gonna be fun. But for right now, I'm kind of like trying to get through the training. It's a lot, and sometimes it can be like a little bit confusing because of one part kind of pertains to something that I already learned, but it kind of switches because it's specifically different set for school protocol and what schools have to do legally. So that it can kind of switch and be a little bit more confusing in certain in certain parts. That's gross. And sorry if I'm talking funny. My ear is kind of plugged when I went swimming or something, and it unplugs but then plugs back again, so I'm talking a little bit differently, I feel, like, because it sounds different to me. It's kind of like more muffled, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I am still working on my school painting, which I just taking my time trying to figure out how to get things done and get that turned in. I don't think I'm going to be able to go to class though, because if it's on Tuesday, can't do it because I'm gone all day. So kind of struggling with like doing all of that stuff. Oh, I'm tired even though I got a lot of sleep. I don't know why I'm tired. Welcome to the story of my life. And actually, I think my hair has actually looks pretty curly and really good, and I think that the switch in the brush has definitely really helped with my hair and how it's turning out. I kind of have it in like a little bun up here, so it's like half up, half down. But I am really excited to kind of get back into teaching in my classroom again. I absolutely miss being in there, so in a couple of weeks when I can come back into my room, it'll feel absolutely amazing to just sit in my room and kind of organize. Even though it's not going to be a full classroom setup, I definitely am going to do classroom setup video series again, so that way you can see how I'm planning to do social distancing in an art classroom. I know a lot of teachers are not quite prepared to do, or don't really know how to go about doing the social distancing thing, so I know it's going to be harder for everybody. I know some
districts and some schools are able to go back fully, which is, you know, it's kind of like mixed about how everyone feels about it. I'm just excited to kind of get back into a schedule and all of that fun stuff. That's what I'm excited for. I actually do kind of enjoy teaching virtually, because it's easier to do that lesson, like the lessons virtually compared to in person for me, at least from my experience. But I do miss seeing their projects in person and help guiding them in person a little bit. But, you know, sometimes it happens, and sometimes, you know, we just have, as teachers, we have to learn how to cope and manage, and that's what's important. Anyways, I'm going to get back here into training. I think I'm almost done with this, and then I'll take my test and I'll tell you how it goes. The last one I was able to get done really quickly. This one I'm not too sure, because I'm getting confused, and so we'll see how that looks and how that turns out, and then I will update you on what I'm doing for the rest of the day. Alright, bye. So, a lot's happening. So apparently my last Zoom class is tomorrow, and I just missed it by like a sliver of when my lunch is. So if it was from 12 to 1, or at least started at 12, I could kind of attend the Zoom class. But no, my teacher was like, 1:10. 1:10. Okay, so I'm not going to my class tomorrow. I emailed to see if I could get something done, but we'll see. I'm looking at my excuse me, let me like put these glasses on 1 second. Sorry, I'm looking at this professional development stuff, so that way I can kind of see excuse me, so that way I can see all of the stuff that I need to look at. Oh, okay, that's just 18 people who read it, got it. So it's like my schedule for tomorrow, which is a long schedule. I'm basically going to be doing a meeting from 9 a.m. all the way till 4, which is like a basic full work day. And then all staff PD optional. Oh, okay, so then this is like an optional thing. So, sorry. I'm just kind of like looking over everything and making sure, making sure that I have the schedule in my head and I'm not confused, because it looks like I have to like clock in and out of like the live. It looks like they're doing Facebook, but I'm not, or not Facebook, oh my gosh, YouTube for it. For these ones specifically, I think it's because we have a lot of staff that are going to be there, so it's easier to do it that way. So it's going to be a long day tomorrow, and that'll be exciting. I turned in my assignment. I turned in like a different assignment because I thought that it fit, or I turned in a different painting because I thought it fit better. The desert landscape painting that I did for my cousin, I turned that in as my project because that fit the assignment way better than my castle painting did. So I just kind of did that. I'm still working on my castle painting. I got quite a bit done, but for right now I'm trying to focus on
doing some writing and other things because that's what I've been needing to do. Oh. Okay then. And so I just kind of like worked on that. I'm not tired, but my eyes hurt, so I'm kind of like focusing on that. And I got laundry detergent powder all over my arms because I'm doing laundry today. And my ears still have a clog problem, so I still can't hear out of my ears. So sorry that this is probably one of the most boring weeks. It feels like it's been boring because I haven't been doing very much besides sitting down, doing all day training on the computer. I painted a little bit for like my assignment, but not really to the extent of how I did the previous week. I had to sign up for a class. I was only able to really find one class right now because I want to do 2 or 3 classes for fall, which I'm going to kind of look more into those classes, but they want me to come in and do a Zoom lesson during the exact times that I have to be teaching, or I think I'm going to be teaching. So I don't want to sign up for a class without knowing what my schedule is, which I don't think I'm going to know until the first day of school, I think, maybe the week before when I'm in there physically. So I'm just trying to kind of like understand that and like figure things out with that specifically. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure about that on that end, but I'm looking for just purely online. I found one class, which is a Renaissance art history class that I'm actually really excited to take because I haven't taken one yet. And so I'm going to do that class, and I paid for it already. I might add a couple more depending on what I see is open just purely online where I don't have to do a Zoom class, because that would be mostly ideal. Because I was going to try to take drawing 2 this semester, but they have like very specific times, and all those times are when I'm teaching, so I can't do that. But other than that, it's really haven't been doing very much. I'm so sorry this is really boring, but I'm going to end the vlog here so I can kind of pull up and do a couple of lessons for, excuse me. I need to make a worksheet like in details of how to do certain projects and what to expect. I have some of them, and I made some, like my negative and positive space ones, and my puzzle piece. So I did make them, which actually I can pull them up right now and I can show you what exactly that I did to kind of make this a little easy, because I mean I could write it down, but this is definitely like a way, especially what I've learned as a virtual learner, or at least a virtual teacher, that this is what I wanted to do. So let's open this one. So let me show you. Okay, so this is I made this on a PDF platform. So on here is labeled puzzle piece project, and then here I have it that talks about the supplies you will need. It talks about what the instructions are, how to follow instructions, and the reason why we are doing this. So it's kind of like a quick summary before we start. So it says, I forgot to take this off, but oh well. I'm gonna be like, that was a mistake.
but then I go over it in detail, like the specific supplies we'll need, the instructions, like so how to do it kind of step by step. So if a student forgets and they need something to go back on, this is what it is. Now this was kind of put more for the students in classroom, so this doesn't quite pertain to anything, but this is definitely the specific. So you'll sketch out on the puzzle piece images or drawings that represent who you are, what you like, hobbies, etc. And then once it's completed, you will cut out your puzzle piece and write your name and class time on the back. If you finish early, you can do a project. I had an early finisher table. Like I said, these two are more for those. And in here, they're just going to color and decorate a puzzle piece that expresses who they are. I kind of give a reasoning for a project because some students need that, where they say, well, I don't know why we're doing this. It has nothing to do with me. Blah, blah, blah. That's how we do it. And I also give a grading system. So I'm very into how students use their space. I want them to utilize all the space that they have. The puzzle piece is actually very tiny, and I'll show you the puzzle piece that I'm going to scan and put into, because we use Google Classroom. I think we're using Google Classroom this year. I don't think we're doing Canvas. I'm very particular with cleanliness of the art because it shows that it's presentable, and we do presentations for the most part on a sense. So presentations, so I want it to look presentable. And I always give an example of how you know, because this was specifically for kind of like my middle school, but I think I'm doing all of the classes with this. I don't remember, but we'll see. I think on the first day, just for something simplistic, and instead of presentation, I was going to put it on the wall and as well as in person, but because we're not doing that, what I'm going to do is we are going to do a presentation on Zoom. So I can personally so I have two options. So I found a website called Padlet from Michelle Rose, and I love that idea. I was hoping to use that, but if not, I'm just gonna screen share on Zoom. And then down here I gave examples. So I mean, I don't want it really specifically, kind of more maybe similar to this, or just I kind of use this as an example to show how they use all the space in their puzzles, in this puzzle piece in particular. And what showcases them. I think this is kind of a little bit more representational with the fire and the peace sign, or like whatever showcases their personality in a sense, really is what I'm going for. So I kind of give an example of how to utilize space and stuff. So that's basically what I did for this one. I'm going to show you positive and negative design. This is the project. So most of these are just like the project, and I do a PowerPoint slide for the actual lesson. So these are kind of utensils. This one's a little bit harder, so I'm definitely probably going to do this in person as like a instructional guide. But yeah, so let's see. I'm looking to see. This is the examples that I have that a student can really come up with. What I found, I just kind of went onto Google Images and really went with that. Those are blank, but I thought that these were really great designs, especially this, like if you want to go simplistic, you don't know quite what to do. It doesn't have to be as intricate as something like this, but if somebody has the idea to just kind of go with it, whatever you want. But you can keep the extra pieces or just glue. You can cut them out and glue. So I'm going to kind of come up with a design and do this as well, so that way they have an idea of how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to probably do it in person to do a quick
guide in person on, or not really in person, but on Zoom, to kind of be like, okay, so this is what I'm doing, and have all those things already pre-cut out, and then I can glue them and show them what I mean. And same thing here. So I had like these like really fun guidelines. I really love doing negative and positive space because that's how I draw, so it's really important for me to make sure that students understand this way of drawing, because we are going to do stuff like grids. Let's see if I can find, let's see what that is. And I even have these are kind of like my slideshows of how we're going to do things. So what I'll do is I'll screen share Zoom on our presentations, going over this is our assignment, and even pulling up videos to make things so much easier, helpful on how to prepare. Have different ideas here, showing different types of ways to do it, how to do it, even with like fabrics, so that way like they have a general idea, especially my painting classes. This is a great way to give students a way to find things to create on. This one's good too, and I also kind of did this more for my class, but it's a great way to teach how to organize things, like how I want my expectations in class, because if we come back in, I want it already done so they know. And like how to also take care of their own supplies if they have these supplies. So I've kind of just definitely went over tons of different things here. Oops. And let's see if I have any more. I thought I had a little bit more. No. Oh, I even would like to do this fun cookie project for color theory, where my students, this is definitely for middle school and painting, where we make and decorate vanilla wafer cookies, kind of like this, but they have to mix their own colors using primary colors, which is red, blue, and yellow, to make the whole color wheel. So every cookie will have the color wheel, and they put it in a circle. That's kind of what I was going for with this. I don't know if we'll be able to do this, maybe just for fun, but yeah, that's kind of like how I went with creating some sheets to be able to get the point across and get everything down in one document. And I do have to do a lot more of these because I did not do enough, but this is also a great way for students to be able to have everything accessible, and that way I'm not constantly getting emails, which I struggle with a lot. I've noticed last year that I struggled with, or not last year, like at the end of the school year, I struggled with so many emails of students just constantly asking questions, even though I already gave the answers if they read it, and it was more work trying to sit down and answer emails of the same questions all day, even though I put it in a chat or I did this and that, which is why I think being in person on Zoom is easier to be able to express exactly what I mean. You can get questions right away. I'm not stuck answering emails all day. I also need to create a Google Slides sheet to get like one-on-one Zoom meetings with students, so that way I can answer questions, see updates on the work, assist with that, because that will definitely help me kind of not only create that connection that is lost through virtual, but also see their artwork, give tips, and create a structure and create a way for them to where they're still learning while creating, so it's not fully on their own. That's gonna be really hard to do because I have to do it by schedule, and I don't have my schedule yet. I do know for sure from 1 o'clock till 4 p.m. is the time where I can, so I will probably set up
maybe 5 to 10 minute, probably 10-minute increments from there, to where a student can sign up and I can automatically just go through all those things and get that one-on-one time with them. And I also kind of need to, there's so much to do in such short little time, but it will get done. I need to finish planning for the rest of the year till December, which I think is going to be a little bit harder because I have all the way up to October, and from October I know I gave a lot of time, like I have to give a couple of weeks, and so those weeks are turning into a lot of things that students, to try to give them enough time to work, and I'm trying not to overload them with projects, and I know a lot of them are so eager to do all these art projects, so trying to create other lessons, like going over my art history lessons and all these other things. I kind of want to create the lessons and PowerPoint, so at least we're still meeting and it's not, so I just have to plan, and I got some planning, but I need to like follow in the loops and add a ton more, so that way there's things to do in class as well as homework. So with that being said, I'm just gonna let you go. Sorry for the ramble and sorry for the long talk. Thank you guys for watching, and I will update you guys on the next week. Enjoy the video. I'm going to try my hardest to be able to film more. I know on the 17th I will be able to do a classroom setup vlog that everyone's probably waiting for. So yeah, with that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!